Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of the Norse Rebirth campaign. So, where we left off last. We were playing around with the message settings, and we're going to spend about 5 minutes or so right now looking through here again. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so what had happened is I had changed the message setting from, like, some pop-up up here, and I just threw me off. So anyway, yeah. We're playing in the middle of the day, like normal again, which is good. I'm well rested and ready to play some EU4, CK2, that whole thing. We're going to play all of it. And also where we left off last, we had died in a duel to the death. We're now King Torbrand of Sweden, a young little 12-year-old whose only trait is content. We're satisfied with being 12. We don't want to kill ants with magnifying glasses or have rivals or anything. We're just satisfied. So that's not going to do. We're hopefully going to become a little bit more aggressive. Now, I had just given myself this craven, ambitious, brilliant strategist guy, and I've been thinking about this a bit. The fact that we still have not yet reformed the faith, we actually, incidentally, we have 50% moral authority now because somehow that bishop did become a Norse bishop, which is pretty cool. But we don't have enough piety. We need 750 piety to reform. So, it's going to be a while, and I have a feeling that we're going to need to be more of a diplomatic character this time to try to offset some of the negative penalties that we have. So we're going to educate child, and we're going to change our diplomat-type person, or our guardian-type person, to this Swedish Norseman here. I don't like the fact that he is slothful, but he is gregarious, charitable, honest. Those are pretty good traits. And hopefully we will pick up the Grey Eminence trait. Now, it doesn't say we'll get plus 20 from him here, but we will. Right now he's at negative 26. And if we go check him out, he will be at negative 20. Or sorry, negative 6. He'll have 20 more from Entrusted Ward. I don't know why that doesn't show the plus 20 there. It only shows the plus 20 on the first assignment, but every time you assign a direct character to somebody, you get the plus 20. So it's kind of strange. But now, some people think that I've squandered my gold. I disagree. There's no risk, in my mind. We're not going to lose the control of anything. Yes, there's probably going to be a faction. Yes, we might have a faction revolt, but honestly, at this point, a faction revolt would stabilize the realm. Because what would end up happening is we would get the Crush to Major Revolt bonus with most people, and it would be fine. Now, the Duke of Iceland is the leader of the Independence faction, and right now I've got my Chancellor, who doesn't like me very much, trying to improve relations in Akershus, which is where he's from. And I agree. I've been watching, you know, they may have fixed it in either this patch or the one before. I don't think chancellors can improve relations with themselves anymore. I haven't seen that happen. That was one of those things that I always made fun of because I just thought it was funny. You know, you go stand in a corner and talk to yourself until you like me more. But yeah, I don't think they can do that anymore. Interestingly, he is a Norwegian Catholic Varangian. So how did that happen? How did you become a Varangian guy if you weren't a pagan? Pretty sure Varangians are supposed to be Norsemen. But anyway, he is a zealous man. If we do get him to plus 35 and we've reformed the faith, we can demand his conversion. Even though he's zealous, you can always demand the conversion. You just can't be unreformed pagan. So that's unfortunate. Now what we need to do is we need to immediately gain some prestige. And there's two easy ways to do that. One is through raiding, which we've done lots of. The other is through single county conquests, which is a good thing to do because that also gives you prestige. It also gives you piety, which we're going to need. But I think we start off by doing a little bit more raiding, just so that we keep our army raised. The current army that we have is the amount that our previous character could raise, not just based on his increased martial score. In this case, the martial score of our guardian is what's actually giving us our modifier on our capital. But also the opinion bonus from our vassals is what determined how much he could raise. So if we disband this, then this ratio of 59.9% is going to immediately get worse, which will probably cause a rebellion, which it could be good. You know, like if we do it intentionally when the faction's weak and we only have to fight, say, 2 or 3 of these guys, that'd be a good thing. But for now, I'm going to go with the try to prevent it from firing at all route, which is to just go raid. It looks like there is a revolt here. So we don't really need to, like, ransack any more temples, but I do think we want to go do some raiding. It's kind of annoying. A lot of these things have lots of protection. Some of these ones over here, though, don't. So we're going to go raid for prestige. I know we've been doing lots of raiding. I apologize. There's the dangerous faction, 102% independence, kind of to be expected. The Duke of Iceland is fairly happy with us, actually. Plus 23, not bad. We can reassign you on in January. I think since this guy already hates us, I'm just going to fire him and let him hate me more, because I want this guy. We need to immediately start improving relations with the faction leader. So that Duke of Iceland, we will hopefully get some improved relations with. Now, I believe there may also be another duchy we can create, possibly. The Duchy of Upland is our capital duchy. We don't necessarily need to create that. That just causes us to have... Well, we don't actually own any duchies right now, so there's really no risk to it. It just would give us some prestige, which would be nice. We can also usurp the Kingdom of Norway. Don't think we're going to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and create the Duchy of Upland. It's going to cost a lot of gold, but we get a lot of prestige, too. Which is an instant 2 opinion with everybody. And I'm not worried about not having any gold because we got 200 in the boats, and the money that we get from raiding will be enough to support any mercenaries that we need to hire. We can pretty much keep mercenaries on hire forever. But 102% strength. Let's go ahead and split. There's all kinds of ways to split up your army. This way seems to be quite effective. Now, I don't think we're going to do any actual burning down of holdings. We're just going to take the top loot for now. Especially because we are attacking, we're pissing off the Holy Roman Emperor here. It's to be expected. At times, you can't shake the feeling that your regent, Chief Ak of Kola, does not always have your best interest in mind. Claiming it will build character, he has given you the dangerous task of scrubbing away bird droppings from the castle roof. 20% chance of death. Interesting, so our spy master does not like us. Hopefully we don't die. Okay, you had a few close calls, but the roof is now shining clean, and you made it down in one piece. If the confounded birds return, you will have a chance to hone your skills at archery. We've gained some piety. We cannot get rid of our regent, so what we're going to do here is definitely give him some titles to try to make him like us. He may already just be hell-bent on killing us, which would suck, because we're going to have a challenging 3 or 4 years here. I wonder if there's anything else we could do. Could we do anything else to him? We could. We can't plot to kill him because we're a kid. We can't. We could assassinate him. Or no, we can't. Cannot take any hostile actions against your regent. Awesome. So if he decides to kill us, we're just screwed. And it is time for us to recognize the full independence of Iceland and the other independent states faction. Please be reasonable and let us not resort to bloodshed. I will not be blackmailed. Alright, so we have the rebellion. Now, this is actually fine with me. I'm not really too worried about it. They do have relative strength, which is kind of scary. There's the leader of the Swedish revolt. They've got 1,000 men, according to that. I don't think that's correct. So we'll go here. We have a new regent, thank goodness. We'll immediately stop off in Viken just to drop off that money. And then we'll get back in the boats. And we don't want these guys to be raiders. We still have 11,000, so I think we just show up. We'll land. We'll take the naval landing penalty in favor of just crushing that army before it can form. Pretty much our whole council disappeared. So that's kind of scary when 3/5 of your council leaves to go join the independence faction. But, it happens. We'll just get the crushed a major revolt bonus. Due to court intrigue well beyond your present ability to comprehend, your current regent has been replaced with another. Very well. Our enemy has died, the war has ended. What is going on in this game? That is crazy. Alright, so he just died in an accident. Just an actual accident. If it was like a suspicious accident, it would say suspicious accident. This is just an actual accident. Like he just fell down the stairs or something. That's very funny. So we don't get the crushed a major revolt bonus. The new duke is too young to be in factions. He does think we're an infidel. I suppose we probably don't need to improve relations with him anymore. We do still have the Halston for Sweden faction to contend with. I guess we just go back to raiding then. That is hilarious. Okay, well, let's go sack England. I'm so used to playing EO4, and I try to avoid this C zone because of naval attrition. But this is CK2, we don't have any naval attrition. So don't need to worry about it, do we? We have a new strong independence faction, most likely. Yep, probably the same people that were in it before. We got this guy, doesn't like us so much. He's part of the Duchy of Moray. Well, let's go ahead and put, yeah, we're not going to pick him again. We'll pick this guy, my guardian. We'll improve relations with the faction leader. We could also sick our spy master on it. But she is, yeah, unassignable for another few months. That's fine. Alright, so let's just get a few of these things going. Not a lot of sea zones available from this section. In fact, I think we will split the fleet. Nice job, he's already improved relations once. Very good. Yes, we do adopt the Marshal's ideas. Oh, we don't need to take both boats, just the one that has the army. We show up in force. I find religion fascinating, especially when the priests talk of heathens and infidels and how they shall be struck down. Yes. Please let me be zealous. Don't take it away from me, Guardian. He's slothful, so he's a bit lazy. You know, some of these armies are fairly significant. Let's just ignore them. We'll go piss off the Irish and the Welsh. I love doing that. That's one of my favorite things about raiding, is just the beautiful spread, the fanning out of troops. Dangerous faction's at 91% right now, so the leader is at 38. I think we do take our Spymaster to scheme as well, to try to get him, just force him out of it. Again, people who have more than 80 opinion of you will not faction against you unless another Spymaster forces them into it. So the only time that happens is if, like, say, the leader of the Independence faction factions or Spymasters someone else into it. So that's not the case with these guys. They all don't like us, but we'll get it squared away. Gonna be there in 2 days. Well, that's not good. Looks like we might lose part of our army there. We're still gathering some loot. I think we just let that army get caught. Just gonna lose all of the men, actually. May have just lost a retinue or two. Oh well. We're still coming out ahead in the deal. I love these beautiful big sea zones. There's so much looting to be done. This is our first time making our way over to Ireland in a while. And did that increase the strength? Not really. Good. Did we lose retinue? Looks like we did. Actually, no. Nope, we didn't lose a single retinue regiment. Excellent. So, we do need to go back soon to drop off this money so that we can increase our prestige. We need to get to 2,000 so everyone likes us. We also, do we still have the release to prisoner modifier? We do. Do we have any dukes that we could potentially capture? Well, we're just a king, so all of the dukes are directly beneath us. Which means that we would get... we'd have to piss one duke off in order to make everyone else like us a little bit more. Nice, that's twice. So he should probably leave. He's just left that faction. Good. Now we have a new guy. The Duke of Vestlandet is the one that's leading it now. Alright, we'll improve relations over here now. And I think we're pretty fine. We're totally stable now at this point. I'm not really feeling like there's any real risk. Let's train up a military man. Why not? I might be double covering some of these provinces. I don't really care. It's just easier, more efficient to move from one sea zone to the next without any real regard for the amount of loot. We're no longer to make rune stones. That's just something that happens in 1150. Stops being an option. Oh, that's actually our own territory. We can't siege that. Can't loot him. That would be wrong. Hey, look at that. The majority of the population of Kemi has embraced the Norse faith. That is fascinating. I mean, we haven't even reformed yet. Cool. Excellent. Good work. The Norse faith. We exist. We're real. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it before because the game crashed in my previous recording. I had to restart. But one thing that I'm planning on doing is we need to create, after we reform the faith, we're going to create the Vikings, which is our religious holy order. And they are the Norse culture. So we're Swedish right now. Most of the culture in this whole Scandinavian area is Norwegian, Swedish, Danish, Lappish, Finnish, etc. But we're going to try to make it Norse. And to do that, you have to create the Vikings and then have them educate your kids so that you switch to a different... why'd that get raised? So that they switch to a different culture. Alright, I think that that's acceptable. Let's go dock here. And boom! Money! Let's stand down now. And let's go home with the retinue. And what to do with this money? Our city is almost complete. 13 July of this year. Our barony could use an upgrade or two. We should probably get some more castle townage going. And we should also get the keep. Sure, let's just make the keep. That's a very expensive upgrade, but it just adds a ton of troops. Dangerous factions, we can usurp a kingdom. We can prestige your claims. That's right, we don't have a truce with Denmark. We might as well attack him. I've done a lot of damage to his economy. He has very few men. We have more retinue than he does. I think what we do though is maybe we just show up and... Oh, look at this. Did I do that, or is are some of my vassals doing this looting? Because they're like right down to the loot bar. What's this then? The Ostlander War for Hakon's claim on Agder. Okay. So Ostlandet is trying to take Agder. Well, I don't know if we like that, but... We've become charitable. And I do see little boats going around. That must be a raiding party. Let's go ahead and I don't think Denmark's going to have any real allies. And since it's not a holy war, we don't have to worry about the big bad wolf coming in. We'll do the de jure claim on Aland. May have been better, actually, to do it as a conquest to gain piety, but the de jure claim should just give it to us directly, since it's his land. And we're just going to assault this with our retinue. That way we get an immediate ticking war score. Our city's done. We will grant that to a random person. And we could also upgrade it a bit just to get it started. I don't mind doing that. We'll build a temple there. This one's well upgraded. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do the one town. And now we'll go piss off Denmark even further. They have like no money to take. So I think what we do is we do the loot siege thing since we're at war. I mean, if he wants to make me fight for it, then... And he's got an army of about 4,000. He just can't really combine them, so I think we move into the Sound. We'll put an army in Finn and an army in Skane, and that way if he tries to come at either of them, he's got either very, very small army here, or he's got to take a crossing penalty. Oh, he just hired a holy order. Well, let's show up while it has no morale. Very nice. Unfortunate for you. And it's showing that he's got full morale, but I know he can't possibly. Let's put some commanders in charge just in case, all the same. That looks fine. And once we've routed him, he'll probably just surrender. You've been married? Yep. You're seized. Don't do it when I don't say you can. There goes that whole thing. Okay, so once again, one goes here, one goes here. Alright, I'm going to take a break here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.